Imagine standing in a room full of people, but you're actually stuck inside a glass box. You can see everyone talking, laughing, and sharing ideas effortlessly, but you're on the outside looking in. This is exactly how Elara felt every single day at her office. She was brilliant at her job, but whenever it came time to speak, her heart would race, her palms would get sweaty, and her mind would go completely blank. She looked at people like Julian, the office's natural speaker, who always seemed to have a golden spotlight on him, and she felt like a failure. She told herself she was just too shy, or that her English wasn't good enough. Every time she tried to speak in a meeting, she fell into the speed trap. She thought that if she just talked faster, no one would notice her mistakes, but the faster she spoke, the more she tripped over her words. Letters and sounds would jumble together in a messy cloud, leaving her colleagues looking confused and leaving her feeling exhausted. She was drowning in a sea of her own anxiety. One rainy afternoon, Elara met a mentor in a quiet, sunlit coffee shop. This woman didn't talk about grammar or vocabulary. Instead, she placed a glowing hourglass on the table and told Elara that her greatest tool wasn't a bigger dictionary, it was the power of time. She taught Elara that fluency isn't about speed, it's about rhythm. This leads us to the 2-second trick, the power pause. The mentor explained that when you feel that brain fog coming on, or when you can't find a word, your instinct is to panic and fill the silence with or to speak even faster. But the trick is to do the exact opposite. You stop, you take a breath, you let 2 seconds of silence pass. At first, Elara was terrified. She thought the silence would make her look foolish, but the first time she tried it in a meeting, something miraculous happened. She was in the middle of a presentation when she forgot the word for report. Usually, she would have spiraled. Instead, she closed her eyes for 2 seconds, took a deep breath, and let the silence hang in the air. The audience didn't judge her. They leaned in. They waited. And in those 2 seconds, the words she needed floated right into her mind. She realized that the silence wasn't a void, it was a bridge. It gave her brain time to catch up and gave her audience time to digest what she was saying. Elara started practicing this everywhere, in her car, while cooking dinner, and with her neighbors. She stopped trying to be a fast speaker and started focusing on being a clear speaker. The change was profound. She moved from the shadows to the center of the room. She wasn't just speaking English, she was leading conversations. The old Elara, who clutched her notepad like a shield, was replaced by a woman who stood tall at the podium, using silence as skillfully as a musician uses a rest in a song. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's a cycle you build. It starts with the courage to be still. If you've ever felt like Elara stuck behind that glass wall, remember that you are only 2 seconds away from finding your voice. You don't need more words, you just need to give the ones you have room to breathe. If you're ready to break your own silence, start by taking the 2-minute speaking confidence assessment. It's time to stop rushing and start being heard.